this is EconNews, and I'm Tara Jackson.
And I'm Kirsten Nelson, bringing you the latest in today's economics class.
We open with a well-known topic to professional and gamers alike, virtual or online economy. Kirsten will go into more depth.
Thanks, Tara. Virtual economies are video games that have a stable economy to sit on. This is mostly noticeable in item trading by players in the game.
True story.
Although it is only pixels that are being traded on screen, in some newer games like Entropia and the Universe, the currency made in-game can be used in the real world. And gamers get more out of the games with virtual economies than they realize, more than money and entertainment.
What do you mean?
Scientists have argued the point multiple times of whether video games have the ability to help gamers understand the real world. In a 13-person survey, it has proven, at least on a minimal scale of people, that people who play virtual economy-oriented games understand the basis of economies more than those who don't. Unless they have extensive training in economy like an economics teacher or an economist themselves.
How does a virtual economy act like a real one?
Just like in the real world, there is inflation, deflation, and recessions. Actually, some economists now specialize in virtual economies. They are able to control inflation and such. This also gives them the opportunity to view problems that do not occur in the real world as often, or they may not occur in the real world at all. With abilities like that, no game creator wants to be without their team of economists watching over the game.
Speaking of the big guy, how does the game company make money?
Well, people buy the game or download for free and then pay for add-ons to continue playing. This contributes to another virtual economy, but from a different perspective. These companies are professionals in the business of making money.
Doesn't the system have problems?
As long as people don't cheat and mess it up. But unfortunately, this happens all the time. And sometimes on a bigger scale than people realize with white-collar crimes. They dig into people's personal account information and steal their coins and their identity with them.
True story.
We've always learned about internet security, but sometimes it's just not enough. But that doesn't keep people from playing. In fact, these are some of the most popular video games that include virtual economies in them. Some of them are Second Life, Final Fantasy XIV, Skyrim, RuneScape, EVE Online, Guild Wars, and the Second, World of Warcraft, EverQuest, and even the renowned Sims series.
Coming up next is information on white-collar crimes and the latest FBI Most Wanted update after this short break. Welcome back. I'm still Tara Jackson.
And I'm still Kirsten Nelson, as we now begin this new segment on white-collar crimes, which we had mentioned in the previous segment. What are white-collar crimes anyway?
White-collar crimes are fraud committed by businesses or government officials. The term white-collar crime didn't start being used until 1939, when a socialist, Edward Sutherland, said it. True story. Okay.
What are the most common types of white-collar crimes?
I'm glad you asked. There's telemarketing fraud, 419 fraud.
Wait. What the heck is 419 fraud?
419 fraud is where people receive a letter from Nigeria asking for personal information. If you receive this letter, send it to the FBI.
Cool.
True story. Third most common is identity theft. True story. And did you know that white-collar crimes is the #1 type of crime affecting most Americans?
That's pretty sketch. So it could happen anytime.
Yeah. In 2010, about 1 in 4 households were affected by white-collar crime.
Wow, that's just crazy. I'm sure some stood out more than others, though. What about some of the more famous white-collar crimes? What were they like?
One of the most famous white-collar crimes is the app scam. In the 1970s, a fake business that was ran by, or at least said to be run by, Arab Shrink. The American Hustler was based off of the scam. True story.
Wow, that's pretty sketchy. Now we'll be checking all the businesses I go to. Though, they're already pretty sketchy here in Evansville.
This one is one of the most well-known, the Watergate scandal of 1972, that went all the way to President Nixon. Many movies were based off of this, like All the President's Men. True story.
Well, that doesn't mean it's 100% true.
True story.
Alright, sticking to the topic of white-collar crimes, here's a list of FBI most wanted criminals and relevance to them. With Baford Edusi Opoku with conspiracy to commit healthcare fraud. Ayer Greens with bank fraud, false statements to federally insured financial institution, and others. Orit Tuil with conspiracy to commit wire fraud. And Kevin Walsh with identity theft. He has several other aliases like Robert House, DJ Redders, and Tony Wright. Please be on the lookout for them.
That ends today's program.
Coming up next are more economic projects, followed by the supply and demand of breeding donkeys.
True story.
Thank you.